My name is Jack, and this is my 1969 Ford Torino. I realized in my first video about my Torino that I didn't really go over really anything with it. It's kind of dumb of me to do that. It was a good starter video for sure, but I didn't actually go over any of the options of this car, the color, or, well, I went over the color, but I didn't go over any of the real options, cool things with this car. I've actually decoded all of them. I've written them all out in the original, how much they cost. There's a really cool website I found. It has a bunch of Torino information, so I'll definitely link that in the description below if you want to check that out. If you have a Torino and you want to know how much some of these factory options cost, it's pretty cool. I do apologize for the rooster. Keeps crowing. I gave him a talk about that. He's got to be quiet while I'm filming my videos. That trunk won't close most of the time, so I have to fix that. As far as options goes in this car, we got a Ford 9-inch running 325 rear gears. Surprisingly, the same rear gear ratio in my dad's Bronco. That also has a Ford 9-inch. We've got power front disc brakes, power drum brakes in the back, which is a pretty cool option. I like it. And the brake pedal even says disc brakes on it, which is super cool. This is a GT, so I think we got some GT suspension under here. We got the sway bar. And we also have power steering, the C6 3-speed automatic, which is absolutely bulletproof, and I hope it still is good because I don't want to have to buy a new one. Yeah, like I said, GT, so that whatever that comes with is pretty cool. This is an eyebrow trim, which is kind of sad. Like I said, we got power steering, 3-speed automatic, select shift, so that's still kind of cool. This isn't the nice, super cool wood steering wheel, but it's alright. We got dark ivy green interior, I believe is the color code for it. It's a bench seat. You can't complain about that, and you can sit through people there if you wanted. Yeah, overall pretty cool. Unfortunately, it didn't come with a tachometer. All we got is temperature, fuel level, alternator, oil pressure, and then speedometer, of course. But when I'm going to Iowa, I'm going to get a tachometer because that would be super cool. And just all new gauges, or new to me gauges anyway. Got our chrome. I don't know why these chrome vents came off for the simulated vents. They just, other side's fine, but not on this side. You know, I felt like this was going to be a lot longer for me to tell you guys all the options this car has, but apparently not because I'm already out of them. So, car cost right about just under $4,000, brand new, and adjusted for inflation, that's right at $30,000. So this was actually a pretty nice car. It wasn't the cheapest base model. I mean, the engine itself was like another $200 option to get the big block, which doesn't sound like much now, but you gotta remember this was back in 1968 when they bought this car. So here's my paper here. So pretty cool. Surprisingly, I was kind of sad about this. When you got the 390, you could only get the 3-speed automatic transmission. You couldn't get a 4-speed manual when you got the GT 390. One day, I would like to put like a Tremec 5-speed in it, because that would be really cool to roll my own gears. Muscle cars just need manual transmissions, I think. Power front disc brakes, $64. $500 today for power disc brakes. That was the fancy steering wheel I priced out. That's not correct. I should not have put that on there. AM radio, $61. $525 today. Yeah, so the front disc brakes were as much as the AM radio was. And then the rear speakers, $25 or $200 in today's money to get rear speakers. For a while, I decoded the VIN like completely wrong. For some reason, decoded it as a U instead of another letter, and I thought it was 308 with track lock, but that is not what it is. It is unlocked or no limited slip differential, so it is just running 325 rear gears. I got it off of the diff tag right here. And then I tried to cut it off because I thought it was super rusty and that bolt would never come out. But of course, I cut it off and then I missed half the tag. So that was kind of dumb. But the bolt just literally threaded out by hand. It was really weird. Plus that differential is leaking lots of fluid, and I'm sure that's why it came out so easily. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions about the car at all, put them in the comments below. I love talking about this thing, as my family would definitely tell you. So if you have any questions, let me know. Again, I hope you all had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a Happy New Year as well. And we'll see you next time on It'll Run, where hopefully one of these days this thing will burn some rubber.